Hello, Tim from Fairplay now on the 9th of October 2023. No videos from me for a couple of days because, as I said on Friday, I had a weekend off and dear oh dear, I can't even have one solitary weekend off without things kicking off, can I? Kicking off big time. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, the whole Israel thing, of course. I'm not going to say too much about that. Don't really know very much about it. I've been totally out of it for the last few days and only understand the very basics of it. So there's no point in me commenting. Although what I will say is I did make that video near the start of September a few weeks ago saying how we're coming into PSYOP season, which September and October normally seem to be. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if that is all part of it. It's almost like the powers that shouldn't be are just flinging a constant stream of things our way. If it's not Ukraine, it's this thing, it's climate change, it's fuel shortages, cost of living crises, etc., etc. And it all seems to be designed to make us forget about what happened 3.5 years ago. That's what I reckon's going on. They're trying to distract us as much as possible in the hope that, you know, we've got so much on our minds that with all of this stuff that keeps happening that we just end up forgetting most of the stuff that's went on back then. Not that we will, of course, especially you and I, and we'll never forget about the gaslighting and all of the craziness that went on. Now, as I said, I went away to play golf with my brother and a friend, and we went to this place, lovely golf course called Colmworth, which is near where my brother lives. So if you know that area, you might know the course, but I didn't know if I'd played there or not. My brother said, I think you have played there, and I couldn't remember. And the name kind of rang a bell, but I couldn't remember playing there. Well, as soon as we turned up to the entrance of the place, I thought, oh yeah, I have been here. And the reason why I remembered it was we played there almost exactly 3 years ago between lockdowns, and I remember the place being very COVID-y. I kind of walked in there with my mate to go in and sort of say we're here and to pay for the round, only to be sort of greeted by a stroppy woman who sort of said, "Oh, only one of you allowed in here at the time. One of you had to go back outside." All of that sort of nonsense, the kind of thing they're trying to make us forget, of course. Now, I've noticed someone high up in the American government, in the Biden administration there in the US, has come out and said something along the lines, and this isn't the first person I've heard saying this. I've heard various other government people saying similar things, and it's along the lines of, well, we never made anyone do anything. We never made anyone sort of have that. We never made anyone do that. We never made anyone socially distance and all of the rest of the rubbish. I talk about gaslighting. How stupid do they think we are when they come out with that? Because I know I have some care home workers who watch me, maybe some ex-care home workers who watch this channel, and I'm sure they would say, well, it didn't really feel like a voluntary thing or a non-mandated thing at the time. It did feel very much like we were being forced to do certain things or else, and when we didn't do it, we were hounded out of our jobs, out of our careers, and life was made very difficult. And if it hadn't been for the pushback that we gave the government, life would have become even more difficult, as indeed it was in many other countries where you couldn't even go into shops or nightclubs or restaurants, pubs, whatever it was, without a certain thing. So for these people to turn around now and say, oh yeah, we never made anyone do anything, we never forced anyone to do anything, rubbish. Absolute rubbish. And I'm here to tell you that it is rubbish, because I've been looking at this stuff and making a video about it every single day pretty much, or at least every other day, for the last 3.5 years. And I've been, well, one of the reasons for this channel in the first place is to have it as a historical record. That's why I start every video with the date, because it's kind of a diary thing. And part of the reason why I did that is I kind of suspected this sort of thing might start happening at some stage in the future. People would start claiming, oh yeah, this sort of didn't really happen, or this did happen when it really didn't happen. There'll be all kinds of shenanigans and twisting of the facts and twisting of history. I sort of suspected that might happen, and I thought I'd better make some kind of record so that we've got someone saying what actually happened at the time. Because all you've got to do is go back to, if they're saying something happened on, I don't know, let's say the 20th of January 2021, well, you can check my video from that day or somewhere around it and probably find out that they're talking a load of old rubbish, because I was just sort of all the way through just sort of telling things how it was. I tell things how I see them, how I perceive them, and I think for the most part it's been pretty accurate and factual. So this channel really exists to prevent that kind of gaslighting. That's one of my sort of reasons for this channel, like I say. So when people turn around and say rubbish like that, that didn't really happen, we didn't really force people to do this or that, we can call it out. And of course, I'm not the only person to have made these kind of videos. There's many other people as well. There's so many videos out there. And how stupid are these people when they, these politicians and ministers and officials, whoever they are, to come out and say stuff like that, to sort of say, oh yeah, it was like this, when there's about a zillion videos online to show that it was totally the opposite. They're just so thick, these people, aren't they? Absolutely thick. Luckily for us, we've got the record, we've got the videos, we've got the evidence, and hopefully these videos will survive for a long time, both mine and other people's, for a very long time. And when people sort of turn around in years to come and say, oh yeah, it wasn't really like that, it was like this, well, we can sort of say, well, take a look at these videos and I think you'll find otherwise. And with that in mind, feel free to download any video of mine, past or present, and put it on your hard drive, put it anywhere you like, really, online. There's no copyright on any of these videos. You can do with them what you want. In fact, it's just the opposite of copyright. I want these to be sort of pirated left, right and centre, and sent here, there and everywhere, just so we've got this historical record for the future. So next time any idiot from the government turns around and says something that's patently false, either one of my videos can be pulled up or one of someone else's videos can be pulled up. There's a zillion of them out there, like I say, and we can just sort of say, excuse me, take a look at this, and I think you'll find that what you're spouting is a right load of codswallop. So yeah, I think with that I'm going to leave it. And I just sort of got onto this bit of a rant, especially when I was reminded of, the not very good way I was treated at that golf course 3 years ago when the madness was really ramping up. And, you know, then I saw this article where we've got people who would have you believe that, oh no, nothing like that ever happened really. It's all in your mind, mate. Don't think so somehow. Tim from Fair Play Now, thanks for watching.